Him, the man is Gaetano, Guy, Russo, an NYPD officer. The group takes off in their vehicle. Neagley warns Reacher that assumptions kill. Russo turns out to be the officer in charge of the investigation into Franz's death. They ponder leaving town and decide to go to Atlantic City to hunt for Sanchez and Orozco, who are based there. Langston is on the phone with Saropian, who tells him about the events involving Reacher and Russo. Langston instructs Saropian to keep their heads up. Reacher and the gang come upon Karla Dixon, a former member of the 110th who has returned to aid after learning that the organization is looking for. She explains that a man had previously came in asking for Sanchez's assist. They ask him if the numbers 650 and 100,000 signify anything to him. He believes it is connected to a $650 million gambling fraud. He offers to comp them a room while he investigates. The gang settles inside the pretty opulent apartment. Dixon is caught card counting at the casino, and Reacher tracks her down just as she scores big. Security is upset and gives her concert tickets in exchange for her departure. Reacher assists her with her winning chips, and they leave the table. Saropian is watching the duo from the bar. Reacher and Dixon go for a late-night walk and discover they are being watched. Two men are following them, with a vehicle in front of them. They flee over a fence. It's a hint. They bury all three bodies in cement, and Reacher tells Dixon, "I'm thirsty. Would you like a beer?" Reacher and Dixon are in the hotel room, where he is bandaging his wounds. Reacher attends to Dixon's shrapnel wound once she shows it. They kiss and have sex after she removes her top. A vehicle is traveling over snow in a forested location 20 miles outside of Denver, Colorado. It's the AM alias man, and he meets with a man who claims that all 650 people. Following morning in the hotel room, Dixon and Reacher explain what happened last night to O'Donnell and Neagley. Reacher surmises that Marlowe probably went to a nearby convenience shop for a bite before figuring out where to get a ride. The crew sees Marlowe and her preteen daughter Jane on the convenience store's security camera stream right away. He declares that he will go to bed while Neagley operates the joystick. However, no sooner does he take himself to Marlowe's bed than Dixon enters the same rented boudoir and helps herself to Reacher's. She claims that she is anxious because she has been shot at so frequently and so recently. She takes off her blouse and climbs on top of him, albeit scaling would be a better term to use. She gives a half-hearted apology for breaking his frequently repeated "sleep when you can" guideline. Reacher claims that the rule isn't all that strict. That will be judged by her, am I right? Detective Russo, played by Domenic Lombardo, is going to have a huge episode. He is sullying the greatest police force in the world. At last, Marsh acknowledges his remorse, admitting Russo he's been assured that none of the missiles changing hands while he looks the other way. Let the man have a rest, he was just shot a day or two before. For the emotionally unstable Reacher, the final two tasks are more fulfilling. Come home with me, Dixon invites him as they say farewells in bed the next day following their last night together. I sincerely hope you get to meet my folks. She gives him a mean pause before declaring, I'm f***ing with you. Before she rides in the same taxi as O'Donnell to the airport, Reacher proposes another tryst. Reacher may possess a granite-like chest, but his heart isn't made of stone either. Using Lynyrd Skynyrd's Simple Man to highlight the final parting between Reacher and Neagley, who has always been the closest of his old friends.